Is that air to you?
Oh, shit.
You're a little sweaty.
I'm so sweaty.
Welcome back to Seattle's
Welcome back.
Sweaty Brunch.
Sweaty brunch. Yeah.
Seattle's hottest brunch.
Yeah, you asked why it's
And
called...
then like I could work out beforehand. Like I'll like get I'll go outside and just do a shit ton of jumping jacks, and then I'm sweaty,
Yeah.
and then everybody's sweaty, and then it's like Seattle Sweaty Brunch interview.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it could be like an alternate version.
Yeah.
Like you do this version, and then we get really sweaty, and then we do a second version, and then it's just us like having the exact same conversation, but we're just dripping in sweat.
Yeah. Yeah. We should do that.
Perfect.
Mic check. So you're officially the first guest to be on the show twice.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm so honored.
Yeah. Mainly because, although no one will ever watch this,
That's not true. Everybody's gonna watch this.
everyone's going to watch this. The first time we tried doing this, I never turned the mics on. And we got through the entire
Wait.
conversation.
Play clip here of muted video with no audio. Perfect. That was the last time. Great conversation, by the way.
It was actually really
It
good.
was a really good conversation.
We're going to try to recreate it.
You never asked me anything. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
You don't even know me.
I don't even know you.
Exactly.
Yeah. It gave me more time to go through your Instagram, though.
Oh, that's good. I think. Notes? No, just kidding.
No.
That's good.
No notes.
Awesome.
Not in a good way. Not in a
All right,
good
yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, of course.
Seattle's best brunch.
Best brunch.
And sweaty sometimes.
Also on a Tuesday.
Also on a Tuesday. It's called Seattle's best brunch because it's all about feeding your creativity. And the original idea is it would be a brunch.
Got it.
But that's a lot of work to pull off as one guy.
And like food and drinks.
And drinks and like intimate performance by artist. So I'm piecing it together slowly.
I'd be sitting here like, yeah, and then I'm, damn, and then I said, and you'd be like, absolutely. I'd be stuffing my fucking face. French toast, dog.
Yeah.
I like this more. This is good.
Yeah, I mean, the conversations are really the point for me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'll just do that first.
Love that.
It worked out.
It did.
People are enjoying it,
That's good.
I think.
I hope so.
I hope
We're on a
so, too.
worldwide scale right now. So many people are tuning in.
Thought about starting to stream it.
Ooh,
Should I?
it's dangerous.
Is it?
Don't you feel?
Have you ever streamed?
Yeah, sure.
You go live sometimes.
Yeah, I go live. But like, don't you feel like you never know the full profile of whatever artist you're bringing on, right? They could like say some crazy
shit.
and then you're like, this is my really good friend, and then they say that shit, and you're like,
I would never say that.
I actually don't associate with them at all.
Yeah, I don't want to be like, Aiden Ross.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
There's actually, in terms of crazy shit said on Seattle's Best Brunch, nothing ever like
Nothing yet?
super crazy. There was
I
one.
got you.
There's one. Okay. There's one story where I'm like, I'm cutting that out.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this story,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was funny,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was like, oh my god, no way. But as soon as he told it, I was like,
Part of you. Yeah.
I feel like we got to cut that out. You
Right.
know?
A little controversial.
Oh yeah, and I mean, definitely would have gotten an email from a pretty big artist to take that down.
Got it.
Yeah. So probably not a good look.
Got it.
But it's a fun story.
Yeah. So my Instagram. What
No,
did you?
I'm asking the questions.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
the first one is always the same. Who are you?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What did I say last? I am a
I'm gonna pull up the other
energetic.
one.
What?
I'm gonna pull up my other questions as you answer that.
Okay, awesome. My name's Cap Wilder, and I'm a. Which one should I look at? A or B? Ready? Which one should I look at? That one. Cool. My name's Cap Wilder, and I'm a super fun, energetic, optimistic, loving guy,
This
and
isn't
I
a
make
dating
and I
video,
make
dude.
yeah, but they should know who I am as a person.
This isn't a
And so
Hinge
when you listen to my
profile.
music and you're like, why are all these love songs so sad? But they're so upbeat that now it represents my energetic character. Yeah, so I'm a fun guy. That's who I am.
Just two crazy fun
I'm
guys.
just crazy.
I love it. Okay, we'll move in and out of these
Yeah,
for sure. You're from Olympia.
I am.
You're in Seattle now.
Uh-huh.
You spent some time in LA, in Phoenix,
Yes,
and you're going back to LA.
I am going back to LA.
Before we dive into that,
Yeah.
did you know
Oh,
that in gay culture,
okay.
the yellow hanky on your left side? Do you know this?
No,
Okay.
but I feel like I know where this is going. Continue.
The yellow hanky on your left side means something very specific.
No, I didn't.
Are
I did
you
not.
are you tapping into that statement with this outfit?
No, I'm not. But that's crazy. I did not know that. Can you give like what does it sort of
Yeah.
mean?
So
You don't have to like go into full if you don't want. But what does that mean?
I will. So there's a hanky code, and it's all the colors plus like new colors that were created, or whatever. And the color plus the side you wear it on communicates what you're into. So they created it in like,
Right.
the 1900s,
Right. When they had
80s,
to like
70s. Yeah, when it was a little bit more discreet. Now everything's on Grindr and you just go search. So yellow on the left side means you like peeing on people. On the right side, it means you like being peed on.
Oh,
You're
thanks
on
for
the
telling
left
me that.
side.
No, I really appreciate that. Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, oh, he's saying pissing on the game. Like in a good way, though.
Right. Yeah.
Like in a good-
That's
like
what
in
I
a
meant. That's
fun
just
way.
what I meant by it. Yeah. Anyways.
You're like, fuck this hanky.
That's crazy. No,
You're
I
like,
did
it
not know
just
that. I
matched
really
my hat.
appreciate the, yeah, that's exactly what it was. I literally was like, yo, yellow, 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 accents.
He says, I love it.
Definitely had nothing to do with pissing on anything. So,
Anyway, cool.
good interview. It's been great.
It's been good. It's been real. Told you I brought new questions this time.
Yeah. That one threw me off. I
No,
like
so
it.
why? How's your time been in the Seattle music scene, and why are you moving to LA?
It's been good. I think, here's my thing. There's so many talented people in this city. There are. I think that the majority of people I meet, I'm blown away by. Every time I hear their music, because like I think a lot of people that you meet, you initially are like, yeah, I wonder if they're good. And then every time I've met somebody at some of these events that people actively go out to, they're really good in their own way. But collaboration here in Seattle is just, at least for me, really low. I don't know if people have different experiences here, but at least for me, reaching out, trying to get in the same rooms, studios, all that,
Yeah.
I have a really big struggle with finding people that are actually down to get in studios until we become really good friends outside of that, and then they're willing to, which for me, just the person I am, the extroverted kind of guy, I just like to get in rooms even if I don't know them, because I just am like, you never know.
Yeah.
And the more opportunities I can create for myself, I think that is what I would rather have. And I think that is our biggest weakness as an artist community here, is that people stick to what they know and aren't jumping into uncomfortable situations very often, and not like expanding what could be here.
Yeah.
And they're just, and like, that's okay. A lot of cool projects happen here in Seattle. It's just not put on any kind of platform because other people aren't sharing it with other people. They're all kind of like in their own little circles. And so that's at least my experience. I think that I've made a lot of friends. I've made a lot of really cool creative friends here, you included. We met at an event, and I think that it's cool that we're able to do this. I wish that this, friendship and this kind of creative bond would happen with more people, and I haven't really felt that. So, yeah, that's been my experience.
Was that the same in Olympia, or because were you making music in Olympia?
I was making music in Olympia. There isn't much of a scene in Olympia. There is. It's a lot of like local bar performances. It's a lot of bringing up a guitar, doing covers. Like, and any of the artists in Olympia aren't doing a lot of shows. There's places like I have artist friends there that Evergreen State College. Obviously, there's a lot of art there. They do a lot of performances at Evergreen. Um, Rhythms Coffee downtown, shout out them. They put on a lot of like hip hop shows for people and all sorts of shows. There's venues like that, but there's not really a scene for that, and that's why a lot of those artists come up here to build. But yeah, I don't know. That's just my experience. I feel like anywhere I've been in the Pacific Northwest, for the most part, doesn't have a lot of platform to go outside of the Pacific Northwest. You can get locally recognized in a like, and there's a lot of great things that you can do here with that. But I think if you want to be on like a global recognition or even a countrywide recognition, you can't do that here. That's my opinion.
I mean, is that completely true though?
No, they're special cases.
Yeah.
You know, I think that some people found a niche and were able to build off of that, especially with the online presence. You know, Macklemore, like was able to do a lot of that here, and I'm like, that's really cool, and I'm glad that they do that. I just think that for the majority of artists, at least on my level, and anybody in this kind of, you know, D tier, like we're just kind of like floating, waiting for more people to understand what we're doing. It's hard here in this city, and I think opportunities might be like one of the first things I think of is performance opportunities, like venues around here. I don't think that there's a lot, at least from what I've noticed, of like places you can just perform whatever kind of music, open mic stuff of whatever. There are open mics, but like in LA, when I previously lived there, they were everywhere. You could find 20 open mics a night if you wanted to, and you could perform whatever you wanted in front of any crowd. Like, and I just feel like that's the difference, is that there is more rooms and more opportunities in LA to get in front of people, you know.
And is that something where you would want to go there, find success, and like try to create that here, or is that something that's not top of mind for you?
I will always have a lot of love for Seattle, and I would love to come back at some point, like when I'm settled with my music stuff. I think that I do want to try to build a life in LA for a while.
Really?
I think that Southern California is always, I've been there a ton my whole life, and I've just always really gravitated towards the weather there.
Yeah.
The beaches, the atmosphere, the culture. It's very loud in your face. That's just kind of how I am. I really like places like that. And Pacific Northwest is beautiful, like nature, water, air, coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love everything else here. But as far as the actual music culture and what I'm trying to pursue, it's just going to be more in my interest probably to be in LA or just in Southern California in general.
Yeah.
But I would eventually, you know, let's just hypothetically say, like, I had enough money to buy a home here. Like, I would love to have a summer home here in Washington, and probably in the Seattle area, and then live full time in Southern California, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was your experience with Phoenix, the Phoenix music scene?
Phoenix. Same thing. I didn't expand as much in Phoenix as I have in the other two cities because I was really focused on audio engineering school.
Okay.
But I did meet a lot of artists in Phoenix, and I performed multiple times in like downtown Tempe, multiple clubs, and like went to a few artist events they put on. From what I could tell, it kind of reminded me of like Olympia. Does that make sense? There was a lot of Phoenix artists, but I did not ever see any of these artists outside of Phoenix. Like I still to this day have not like been scrolling and been like, oh yeah, that's that guy from Phoenix. Like every artist I met there, I have not seen another thing of.
Wow.
And usually, from what I've seen anyway, like two of the artists that I met at one event were like, yeah, we're moving to LA next week. And so a lot of the people that, I don't know if it's just everywhere around the country, but most people, it seems like if there's not a big music scene there and they want to take it further, they go somewhere else versus building it there. So it's not just a Seattle thing. It's not just a Phoenix thing. I feel like it happens kind of all over the country. And in a lot of places, I think that if they don't want to fully build it online, they move to New York, LA, Atlanta, Nashville, you know, wherever it might be for that hub.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, when I studied abroad in Zambia, they talked about that phenomenon, but with doctors, where Zambians who wanted to become doctors would go to school and do that, but then they would leave because there was, quote unquote, better opportunities somewhere else. But that means that some of the greatest resources that you have are leaving the environment in which they grew up, right?
Right.
And so there's there's not as big of a pipeline to like bring that back
Okay.
to make sure that there's quality doctors in Zambia.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. I think that we are stacked with talent here in Seattle. I think that I can name 20 artists right now that like I've met at events and I've been like, oh my god, you're
Name them, rank
incredible.
them, 1 to 20. No, I'm
20.
just kidding.
There's been people and also, and as you know, like there are a few people moving to LA with me that you know, I think that they probably have not the exact same opinion as me, but probably near the same of like they just feel like they can take their career further
Yeah.
down there
Yeah.
and create more opportunities for themselves. I think, but like those are people that you know are extremely talented at what they do, and their music's amazing, and they've taken their platform very serious here in Seattle, and they've gotten probably to a point where it's like, you know, okay, well, what else?
Yeah.
Like how okay, now what can we do other than perform more? And you know, I think, and you know, you go to a lot of these events. Like over the summer, I think I probably went to over 30, and it's like you see the same faces at every single one, and eventually you're kind of like looking for new people to meet, and you're like, oh wait, like I've at least shook hands and followed everybody in this room, and in LA, any PA set, studio session, artist event that I went to, every time it was a whole new room of people that I've never met, and just because it's so saturated with artists and filmmakers and directors and you know, whatever it might be in anything in this space that we do.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people see it as competition. I see it as opportunity. Like I think that it's really cool that there's 5 times as many people doing it there, because to me that means just like more people that can maybe fit the vision that I have for myself and my art, and more people that will see alike in what I'm trying to do in my vertical.
Yeah.
You know,
because would you say that there's artists here in the Seattle or extended PNW scene that match your sound? Not exactly, but are doing what you're doing.
like I don't think so. I think like at least what I've been doing lately is I haven't heard a lot of artists here that do the same sound, and that's why I found collaboration really hard as well lately. Like I have collaborated with a few people, and I think that it's hard now with the sound that I'm trying to pursue to find people that naturally sound good on what I'm doing. But I have heard quite a few artists on my feed going through it, and I don't know where these people live, but I've been like, okay, there are people that make the kind of music I'm making, and I just have not found anybody in Seattle that is. So I found collaboration actually kind of hard recently. So after I kind of backed off from trying to hit up everybody in Seattle all the time to get in studios, I realized like, hey, you know what? I'm okay doing what I'm doing right now solo, anyways. But I have collaborated friends that I make music with all the time. Your friend Ryan, Jaden Hamill, we all collab all the time. You know, on stuff, and
yeah, part of Seattle's best brunch originally was like songwriting circles.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, sometimes there's a lot more talk than there is walk. You know?
Yeah.
Not to say that, you know, just because you build it, people will show up.
Yeah.
But I have seen other things be successful, and generally that's because there's somebody more poppin' tied to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, to each their own, but it just makes you question, like, okay, do you really want the thing, or do you just want the exposure to the person?
Yeah, exactly. And that's been part of my, I think the common misconception when I get into a lot of these rooms is, first of all, when I first started like getting into this scene, I didn't know who anybody was. I didn't know who they were previously, right? So anytime I introduced myself, for all I know, they could have 5 followers on Instagram. And I think that I got a lot of energy that was like, you don't know who I am, dude? Like, okay, yeah, what's up, guy? Follow me on Instagram. And once I realized that, okay, well, they got some traction here in the city, I never saw it as like okay, I should climb that ladder kind of moment. I just thought, oh, what they're doing must be really cool. And I think that a lot of people thought I was trying to
climb a ladder.
Yeah, like I've never been like, I don't ever really get like starstruck. It's not when I was working in LA, I worked at a studio. Some of my biggest like inspirations used to walk in, and for like 2 seconds would get really, oh my God, I should meet them. And then as soon as like I actually got into a conversation with them, I realized that they're just a person.
Yeah.
Like and so anymore, like at least at this age, I haven't that's never been an effect for me, at
Mhm.
least personally. Like I don't feel any different no matter what their following is. I just really like whatever you're doing, or I don't like whatever you're doing. And if it fits like creatively and collaboratively, I want to get to know you, and like not in a hey, put me on a platform kind of way. More like I just think, well, whatever we'd make would be really cool,
Mhm.
because you're super talented at what you do, and that's why you've got the platform you've gotten.
Yeah.
And that's why at this point, going to LA is going to be cool, because I just think that there's so many opportunities to meet artists of all different kinds that might. I just think that they'll actually get in the studio the second I'm like, hey, because you know everybody there's treating this like a business.
Yeah.
And I think that that was my main point of everything I've said so far, is that like I think people here, it's a bit more personal. I feel like maybe because of the smaller city vibe of it or whatever. But I think people in rooms in LA walk in more as a business than a person that you're trying to be friends with. It's like regardless of if we get along super well, if I say, hey, there's a studio session tomorrow at this studio, this time these artists are showing up, there's most likely that artist is just going to show up because he's like, I have no idea what opportunities I could create for myself in my room. And yeah, I just think that people will show up, no matter what the scenario is, because they feel like it might benefit them. And if that's the case, cool. If you're not looking to make friends in every room, and you just look at it as how many opportunities can I create to build what I'm trying to do, and if we make friends, awesome, like that's great. But like, if you can keep it not extremely personal the whole time you do it, you're going to create more opportunities for yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. How has, because I know you're an audio engineer,
Yeah.
right? You worked at Lost Boys.
Mm-hmm.
How did that either help or dissuade from collaborations? Because I feel like you saying,
Yeah.
I work in the studio, I
Yeah.
do.
I usually make it a point when people hit me up to like work. I go right away like, do you want me to record you, or do you want to record with me? Does that make sense? And then if they're like, oh, I'm just looking for like an engineer, like I have a song, I'm like, cool, perfect. And then I can just like, I know what it is. But if they're like, I want to make a song with you, I'm like, okay, well then usually I'll just like invite them over to my house, because it's more like personal and we have all the time in the world instead. But Lost Boys, shout out Lost Boys. Great community, great studio. Milo, Bailey, you're awesome. I have a lot of love for Milo and bringing me into Lost Boys, because that whole circle of artists that are there, I wish that they're a great example of like people that I wish had a bigger platform, because a lot of their music, people who record at Lost Boys have been recording there for a long time, and they all are really, really good. And I feel like I've gone to some of these events and talked about some of these artists, and they don't know who they are, and I'm like, what? I'm like, they're so talented, and I'm like, how do we all not know who? Because that's such a big community of artists that are all really talented. I'm like, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I think that's just a great example of Seattle not coming in as a community and supporting other artists together. And I just like, I couldn't believe that, some of these guys didn't know who some of these guys were. And shout out Lost Boys though. Very, very talented group of guys and engineers, and great vibe of a studio to be in. So
Yeah.
But
I mean, I feel like it's important to give flowers.
yeah, I 100%. I'm like a huge fan of so many artists, but like I think not in the way that's like I just want to like be in part of your crowd and your people. I think it's more so like I just love your music and I love what you do, and you've helped inspire a lot of what I do.
Yeah.
So therefore, I would love to create something with you like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But starstruck in a way of like using them for their platform to help promote yours. Like I think that's what a lot of bigger artists think when people start to hit them up.
Yeah.
And even if people start to hit me up now, like I don't think that that's the intention, because I don't have a big platform. Like right now, if anybody at this level hits me up, I know that it's for collaboration because they just like my music. I'm not famous by any means, like, you know what I mean? So that's what I love. I love when people are like, dude, I got this beat, I got this thing, like, want to try something? I'm like, yeah, send it to me. Like, at least 90% of the time. If it's something that is not even close to my realm, I'm like, have you listened to my music? Like, do you know what I make?
So are you like very particular about you only stay within the sound that you're trying to cultivate?
Not always. I mean, you've been through my discography. It's gone.
Yeah, from like
kind of
dance. You had some pop punk. You started out in hip hop.
Yeah.
And now you kind of went R&B, and now you're in.
Like, I don't even know.
All.
I've actually had a hard time trying to pitch whatever it is I'm doing right now, because there's a few artists that are making it a big thing, this kind of sound I'm doing, but I don't really know what to call it. It's
Yeah.
somewhere between melodic hip hop and like it's like almost early 2000s drums on a lot of it.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
would say like Y2K kind of
Yeah.
feel. People have been calling it swag type beat. Like that's like what it.
No,
Yeah. Like I don't.
that's not
Dude,
it.
I don't make the rules.
Swag Wilder.
Swag Wilder.
Um, okay, so I mean, listening to your music now, it definitely has remnants of all the genres that you dabbled in and like moved through over the years. Um, the latest album you dropped, you said took over 5 years to make, right?
What?
Yeah,
5 years?
that's what you said in the video that I watched.
The album that I recently made?
Yeah,
No, didn't take 5 years.
the one in November.
I didn't say that. I said no,
definitely
no,
said
no.
it.
I said I've been making music for 5 years.
Oh, you've been making music.
Yeah, I've been making music for 5 years.
So in
but
some
it
ways,
took me,
it did take 5 years.
It took me like 8-9 months of just trying that sound every single day. Like, and there was so I used to work that office job selling automation technology, and I quit that to do engineering full time, and I took out a personal loan. Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit any of this anymore.
Were you at some point?
I was.
Why?
Yeah, I was a little ashamed because it didn't end up panning out as my full time job.
Mm.
So I felt a little like, oh, should I have done that? But I did. I took out a personal loan to support my engineering career so that I could like go out and try to find clients to fill my full time schedule, so I could actually do what I got my degree in.
Yeah.
And it didn't end up panning out, but all that time I spent like 7 or 8 months just making music. Anytime I didn't have a session, I was making music at the studio at Lost
Oh, wow.
Boys. I would
Dope.
just bring, and sometimes I'd bring my own setup. If somebody like already had a session, I would set up in the actual common space and just like record while other people were recording in the studios.
Mm.
And like I just liked being in there. So most of that album was actually created at Lost Boys, but even on my gear that I just like brought there.
Yeah.
And it was just me wanting to pursue the sound that I really like. I love that album.
Yeah.
Just go listen to it. Yeah, I took a lot of time with like
Yeah, 5 years.
mixing.
My bad. I
No, you're
misinterpreted
good.
that.
Yeah.
So you said for 8 months you were like trying out this sound. Like what exactly were you trying out, and which song or when did you feel like that's it?
A lot of it was first like to production. The drums were always like really easy for me to figure out because I listened to a lot of like trap, soul, R&B. Like Bryson Tiller is my top artist. He's my goat personally.
Really?
Like,
Okay.
That's my favorite artist and has been for like probably over 6 or 7 years. Yeah, like it's been a long time. Anyways, so he drew a lot of inspiration for what I was trying to do. But it started with the production, trying to figure out how I wanted it to sound. I wanted it to sound like dark and kind of moody, a lot of minor keys, right? And then number 2 is there's an artist named Che Ekru. And I think I'm saying that right too. I honestly have never heard his name like said out loud, but his music has this. He did this like chorus effect in on one of his songs that it's called For This Moment, and I heard it really wide, and I was like, oh, that sounds really cool when it's like mixed like that, like not dead center, because you can alleviate the vocal performance a little bit with effects because I'm not a really good. I can't like sing like a real R&B singer. I can hold a tune and I can create melodies. And so I was like,
And great harmonies.
and harmonies.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know how to do the notes and everything, but it's just the actual performance of it that is a little like we need some help.
Yeah.
And so I took a lot of time to play with effects and get it to a pocket where it felt moody, it matched the vibe of the beat, and when you listen to it, necessarily even if you heard the words or you didn't, you felt what I was trying to say, or it just made you feel a kind of way. And I think the whole album from start to finish is just like a late night drive.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
The song that started it was "Can't We Get High."
Oh, then yeah.
I
makes
made that
sense.
while I was still working the sales job, and it was like it was over a year and a half ago, and I made it and I sat on it forever, and then my friends were like, dude, this one's really good. And then one of my buddies, Walker, was like, if you don't drop that song, I'm gonna recreate it and drop it. Like he was like, it's like my favorite song of yours.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
It's
So
a
I
great song.
Thank you.
And I think it executes on the vision that you painted for me and just what you were saying right now.
Yeah, and I didn't even see it like that for a while, and I didn't listen to it in that light. I think I just made it one day, and I was like, okay, re-listened to it, and I fell in love with it again. And I fell in love with it again, and I released it, and now every day, like even after performing it at the Coda concert, that made me
Oh
like,
yeah, I mean, what a
really fall.
scene,
Like
dude.
seeing hundreds of flashlights go like this
Yeah.
to it made me really fall in love with it. And
Mhm.
then like people hitting me up after the concert and being like, dude, I listened to that song, really good, holy shit. And I was like, all right. So I wanted to pursue that sound more kind of after that point, and I just kept going and finding pockets that just melodically, it's ear candy. It just sounded so good to me. I loved it. I still listen back and I think that it's some of my best work, but overall, it didn't get the feedback or the success that I wanted out of it. Even after promoting it a lot, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Like personally, I don't have any troubles with it. I think it'll always be in my discography if people want to go see it and listen to it. It's never gonna get deleted by any
Yeah.
means. So
I mean, and it plays well in a crowd.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
a show.
yeah, and I think it brings the tempo down a little bit or the energy, and then, as I'm doing now, I'm starting to. I make a lot of upbeat, kind of in your face music, which I love just as much.
We need the
And
roller coaster. You can't just be here the
Yeah.
whole time.
Exactly. But I'm a very energetic guy, and I think after a lot of self discussion with what I want for my artist image and my career, and I think that I want to play more into really who I am, and it's out up front, loud, energetic,
Yeah.
kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I like the music that I'm heading towards right now.
It's 4:56.
So we good. Yeah.
And the So What Antidote,
Mhm.
is that the last one?
Yeah.
Those are the sounds, when you said the sound I'm heading for right now, those are it.
Yes.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah. When I made So What, I listened to it probably 20 times that day I made it because I was so happy with the result. Like
It's dope.
I got the beat together, like everything just kind of came together, and I was like, oh my God, this sounds exactly like to the music I've been inspired by lately, the energy that I want to bring on stage. I make a lot of my music with performing it as the intention.
Okay, that was one of my questions. Like,
Yeah.
especially looking at your Instagram and seeing you perform a couple times, it does feel like there is a vision of what the end performance or visual is going to be
Yeah.
while you're making it.
Yeah, and one day when I have a bigger budget for my concerts or performances or whatever I'm doing, I'd love to have like really cool visuals behind me, lights, cues, everything,
Yeah.
maybe even lasers because I love EDM.
Why
but
not?
I want my performances to feel energetic, make you move. I don't want a crowd of people just standing there looking at me perform because I feed off of the crowd and
Your mic's like,
I feed off the crowd. I told you it's the flimsy shirt,
it's a flimsy shirt. Dang.
Anyways, but yeah, I feel that I make a lot of my music with the intent. Like I'll close my eyes while I'm mixing it and be like, how is this gonna hit when people hear it and I'm on stage in front of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
100%.
that change how you mix or like arrangement or sounds that you use?
100%.
It does.
Yes. I just feel like, at least for me personally, a lot of the artists that have really stuck with me and I listen to on rotation are people that I've seen live and been like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Because I like think about that when I listen to their music, and I want that association someday with my music as I build a bigger platform. I want people to come see me live, and I want them to be like, that shit was so fun. And then when they listen to my music, they're thinking of that.
Yeah.
I think that also brings a way more like personal aspect to it. Like they feel like they can understand me as a person a little bit more as well, is by the way I act on stage.
Yeah.
So going forward, that'll be a huge mission of mine once I get to LA.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I enjoy about watching you and your artistry is that you seem to really love your music.
Oh, I love my music.
And like it connects with you. And you know, not every artist exudes that. But and I've told you this before, like when I watch you not even perform, but I think you naturally just want to move and showcase your song while it's playing. It makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think one time you were over watching me like play my music, and I was like drumming like little intricate parts, and you were like, when you do that, like now I kind of see what you're hearing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think mixing it myself has a lot to do with why I love it so much, because it kind of feels like my baby that I created, you know. But that's no shade to any person that doesn't mix their music. I think if you can also build a really good relationship with your engineer or producer and get a vision across with them, that's even cooler for you, because you're like collaborating that whole time, which I huge fan of that.
Yeah.
But I think me just kind of relying on what I hear in my head and then executing it is such a good feeling.
Yeah.
And I really hit a point of like, I don't care if anybody else loves it. I want them to, but I love it so much that I listen to it when I'm driving my car on the way
Yeah.
to work. Like
Yeah.
I listen to my own music all the time,
Yeah.
and I'm not like ashamed of that at all. I
Don't
love
be.
listening to my music. Yeah.
I feel like artists should normalize like really loving and listening to your
Right.
music all
Right.
the time.
Like you make it for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
and if there's some that I don't like. I was like, oh, I thought this was a cool idea, and it wasn't. Like,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like I've kind of grown past it. But there are ones that I made 2 years ago that I still listen to, and I'm like, wow, this was awesome. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of ideas that I've cranked out that even over time I've been like, wow, that was awesome. How do I
Yeah.
hit that pocket again? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you? I know you tend to be very business minded. Like, how much do you take not only the visual performance or the actual video, which have been looking great recently,
Thank
by the
you.
way. Which I have a couple questions on if we get to it. But
Yeah.
how much do you take the analytics or fan data or whatever into account of maybe not what you make, but what you double down on?
Yeah, double down on is a good way to put that because I make different music all the time.
Yeah.
It's about the ones that come out. Right. I make a lot of music for myself that like once I make it, I'm like, hell yeah, and I still listen to it on my own time, but it's not really gonna fit the brand or whatever I'm trying to do, so I don't drop it. And that's okay with me because I still made it and I listened to it. But the stuff that comes out, yeah, I do pay attention to what did better, why it went better, the comments that I got on those posts, why they loved it so much, and I think from what at least even my best friends are willing to tell me, they're very constructive, is like it fits my personality more with these loud vibrant sounds
Yeah,
that I'm
for
kind of
sure.
like, because I'm like in front of the camera, you can see me, I'm
Yeah.
I'm moving around a lot. I'm moving around
I
a
don't
lot.
know this guy.
But I'm moving around a lot, and yeah, I just think it fits me a lot more. So yeah, I
Yeah.
do pay attention to the analytics when it comes to that. And so what, like I promoted that with a bunch of videos of the kind of that double clone
Yeah.
feel to it. And after I dropped it, I mean, the first day, at least for me, other people can, about 100 listens on the first day was like really cool for me. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I don't have a lot of monthly listeners, man, but 100 listens right as I dropped it was a really cool feeling. I was like,
Yeah.
and the other ones usually get like 30, 40, maybe, possibly. But most of the time it's around that range right now. But I can tell as I've done this sound, I make all my songs on TikTok Live. And so
Okay.
I'll just go live stream and I'll make the songs from start to finish on live stream.
Cool.
And there are a few people that come into all of them now. And like, there's a guy named, hey, if he ever sees it, shout out Roman. There was a guy named Roman who came in and he was like, I was having a really hard time on a bar and he gave me a different bar and it worked perfectly for it. And I told him, I was like, send me your legal name. I'm going to put you in the writing credits.
Dope.
Yeah. And that's happened multiple times now where like they've helped me kind of figure out the ideas, but now they're like huge fans of what I'm doing and I don't know them at all.
That's cool.
And that to me has been the coolest thing lately with this sound is that I have found people who genuinely listen to this kind of music that don't live here, that are just somewhere in America, that they're just kind of like, yo, I love this sound. I listen for artists like this. Like my favorite artists are da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, and I just found you randomly on a TikTok live.
Yeah.
And so I think that gives me a lot of hope for the sound I'm trying to
Yeah.
go into right now. Yeah.
That's super cool. There's this concept in startup world called your customer is your co-founder,
Yeah.
right? And it's basically what you're describing, but it's in order to create a successful product, you need to understand your audience, and you need to figure out like what's the product market fit, or who's actually going to have the pain point that you're trying to solve and pay for the thing that you're building, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of founders skip that step, and a lot of artists skip that step too. Of they want to build a thing that resonates with them, forgetting that if you want to build a business out of it, there's an audience that needs to also resonate with the thing.
Yeah.
And so it's cool to hear you finding ways to do that through TikTok Live and like having essentially your customers be your co-creators in a way.
Yeah. And I think that with any sound in any music that anybody creates, it's even if it's super niche, like a lot of people might not like it. 99% of people might not like what you're doing, but there is 1% or even the 1% of the 1% of people out there that will like it, and if you can find a way to find them, like that's my main mission. Because
Yeah.
I'm not looking to please all of America, dude.
Yeah.
I don't care about being the Justin Bieber, the
Yeah.
next. Like I don't really want to be a radio star. Like I
Yeah.
want to be able to just create the thing that I make with a group of people that really ride hard for what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because they're a fan of me and what I make in specific, and I can just make it a career. Like that. At this point, that is my goal. It's my next step is to be able to make this a full-time thing.
Mm.
And so I think that just starts with finding the people that can support that and
Yeah.
that will really like and resonate with what I'm making.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Totally agree with that. So you talk a lot about love in your music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like almost every song.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a hopeless romantic.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
um, why the intense focus? Is it because of the speed at which you make songs that just like naturally comes to you more clear?
It comes to me more. Yeah, more clear is probably the right way to put that. I just love is kind of the thing that's on my mind a lot of my days. I've just always kind of been a lover boy, and I think that there was a stint of time, especially with the R&B stuff, that I really tried to play into the playboy kind of hard to get aspect. But that's just not who I am, and I think that that's kind of what I meant more gravitating towards who I am in my music, and it's like I always have been very, very fond of the idea of having somebody to build with, having your person, and finding somebody that's really meant to build you into your best you with them, or just build something together. I've always been really in love with that idea. So yeah, I think that a lot of my old feelings and past relationships and even short-term things or whatever it might be resonate with me really hard once I'm going to make a song, because I those are easy feelings to pull up because I remember them so vividly. So usually the intention is like I don't have a lot of disrespect for any of my past, the past relationships or whatever, but I want to be able to pull it from a vulnerable place of how I feel without like throwing anything on their name or whatever it might be.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Trying to Taylor Swift it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. like I have so much respect for the people that I've had relationships with, but I just want to be able to honestly speak about how some of it still sticks with me, and how I feel right now. And even if it sounds like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I've actually thought about this a lot because there's two things that come to mind when you talk about that. Because I think as artists of any kind, your art is a way to like you said, freely express and experience that you went through in a way that you're not judged.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is important.
Yeah.
And a lot of great art comes from that.
Yeah.
There's also this other side that like I grapple with all the time, and it in some ways it saddens me. In some ways it's just like a reality check, right? Because I think sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll just write a song about it.
Yeah.
But the creation of the song doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
And I think I struggle with that sometimes.
Yeah.
Of, oh, well, if I just write the amazing song, I guess I'll be able to feel it. But once the song's done, we're still broken up, or we're still
like those feelings still stick.
Yeah.
And
so it's
resolve.
like you still have to do the work.
Right. I think actually that's why a lot of like the songs start as like a, man, I feel this way, it's really weighing on me, but then I throw in bars of like, but we're gonna be okay, I've got me, don't worry. Like, and I think that when I listen back, it's kind of like a, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm okay recognizing the feeling, addressing it, and then kind of reminding myself, hey, but we know what happened, we know why we're here.
Yeah.
Look at where you've gotten since then.
Yeah.
And that there are a lot of bars within the music that are still like, but but I'm all right. Like, even if I feel this way right now, like I've got it. You know what I mean? And I think when I listen back, those are good reminders, because overall, like, I'm confident about where I'm at. I'm glad a lot of the things and experiences have happened, because it wouldn't have made me the person that I am today. I probably wouldn't even be in this chair with you, if I hadn't been through some of those things. So, yeah, I wouldn't have gotten out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That That reminds me of the song you wrote for your dad,
Yeah.
which I think had a lot of those pieces within it, right? Of
Yeah.
like, let me communicate this thing and
Yeah.
what I'm going through and what you're going through. And I mean, at that point, was it pretty certain the outcome?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. He was about like 4 months away.
Wow.
Yeah. I like, and so at that time, you're talking about like, I'm surprised you found that because it's like it's off
It's
of all
very
platforms.
clearly, no, it's not. Well, it's on your Instagram.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it is.
And then
I
in a
forgot about that.
in a blurry video.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah. Good reminder. But I made that because we all had to be with him and take shifts because he had to get help with a lot of things, right? And it was like I was 18 at the time. It was really hard to deal with that and process whatever that was.
Yeah, for sure.
And so he had to take a nap, and I literally went upstairs and made the song, and then I took it to. At the time, I wasn't that good at engineering, so I took it to Kyle at Cold Clock Productions, and I was just like, "Hey, it's about to be extremely vulnerable. Like, I might cry a few times." And he was like, "Dude, no worries."
Yeah.
And it was one of those recording sessions that was hard to get through,
Yeah.
and that was a very emotional time for me. But yeah, I wrote that with the intention of like watching you go through this right now, having to process whatever it is. Like I have to write about it, and you know what? I'm just gonna play it for you because I made it. And he kind of was like, "Okay, like, are you okay?" I'm like, "No, no, no."
Oh, no.
I'm like, "Bro, are you like, what are we talking about?" My dad was a tough ass, so he was kind of those people who like never acted like he was going through cancer, and so anytime like we would talk about me making music in that way or me mentioning those lyrics, he'd kind of be like, "All right, like, but you doing good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, but I'm making this for you, bro." Like,
It's just like tear up or something.
Yeah, I know exactly. He'd kind of be like, "All right,
That's
like,
cool.
what
You
are-
want
yeah,"
to
I'm
watch
like,
the game?
yeah, I'm like- yeah,
It just makes it more awkward.
yeah, right. But yeah, that was a huge starting point to like that time in my life. I hadn't moved to Arizona yet. I hadn't moved to LA. So my dad's death was a huge start to finding what I really want for myself, what I value in my life, how I want to write my music, what I want it to be about, everything. Like how I want to treat people, what kind of people I want to surround myself with. It was like the start to everything that I am right now.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been a lifetime since 2020 to now.
Yeah.
And that everything before it was kind of just like my old life or whatever, like it's just a different version of myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
For sure. Do you, in moments like the showbox where you have people with their phone lights up swinging, like, does he come to mind at all?
Yes. Right away he did. And so he was
That's cool.
like in high school, me and my friends used to throw like dances and we'd perform as well. And there was this one time we got, I think it was like 855 people to come out. And
Dang.
And it was crazy. We got like a bunch of people from all the high schools to come out, and my music was terrible then or whatever. But he was always at every performance,
Oh,
and
that's cool.
he'd be right there as soon as I got off, and he'd be like, "I'm so fucking proud of you," you know what I mean? Like he was my biggest supporter, even though he like didn't really understand the music or whatever. He listened to classic rock. He's like, "Yeah, I mean, hey man, you know." But as soon as I got up on stage at the showbox, I saw my mom, and I was like, this is crazy. Like I'm sure he's seeing this somehow right now. Like it just felt very surreal. And I think that was a huge factor to me, like getting off stage and almost breaking down in tears. I was just like, holy shit, like this is crazy. Like, yeah. And I chase that feeling. Like I'd love to find more success in performing and showing who I am.
Yeah.
You know, you asked me who I am earlier, and I should get a good thing down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your elevator pitch? You
I know. Yeah, I think that I'm very honest, upfront kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I think I'm creative in every other aspect other than business. I think when it comes to business, I'm a very analytical guy.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Analytical, stubborn, but then also very energetic, honest, and open-minded. Yeah. You said it sounded like a dating pitch. I thought that was so funny. Now I can't get that out of my head.
I like long walks on the beach.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 5:15.
Yeah, I probably should.
Okay,
Yeah.
last question.
Okay.
Well, quick question.
Yeah.
Rapid fire. So you talk about love a lot, but you have a song called "Static" where it feels like you're just talking your shit.
Yes.
What was the intention behind that? Why did you put that out?
I put that out because first of all, the flow on the verse was so crazy that I couldn't not,
Yeah.
and also just kind of like a fuck everybody that doesn't believe in me. That was
Yeah.
kind of like the message of the song was
Yeah.
like, there's too much static in the room. Everybody's talking things. I hear things about me all the time, and I just want to shut everything down
Yeah.
and be like, watch me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what? I'm just gonna keep going, and then if you didn't like me then, watch then.
Yeah.
Like, kind of that was kind of it was just like a
Yeah.
middle finger to the people that don't like me now.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's got one of those songs, you know.
Oh,
I think.
I got
I'm sure
a
you do.
handful of those
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
They will be coming out later. Okay. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Quick one this time.
Yeah.
We'll have you on for a third time soon.
Yeah.
What? Last question.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know what it is because you've watched all the videos.
Yeah, every single one.
Okay. I love giving flowers to people. You've already given flowers to a lot of people. Roman, Milo.
Yeah,
from
Milo.
Houseboys.
Okay, yeah, let's give me some
But
flowers.
let me ask
Okay,
you a question.
yeah, ask the question.
Who would you like to give flowers to that
Okay.
maybe you should?
Camera B?
I'm going to switch between both
Okay.
of them because you'll
Okay.
probably
I'll
take
go like
forever.
this, and then I'll go like this.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd love to give flowers to all of my best friends that have helped build me into that. I mean, helped me along the way to recognize everything I have right now. That's going to be Zach, Grace, Ryan, Jaden Hamill. That's going to be Keem, Ray Prophet. Some of the people, you know, Josiah, Ezra, Dante. These are all people that I've met in the last 4 years of my life collectively, and that have shaped me into the person I'm becoming right now. And I think that is what matters the most to me when it comes to this creative stuff is the type of people I surround myself with on a daily basis, and those people need all the flowers. Those people need it. And then my mother for taking all my calls. My mother for sure. Both of them. I got two mothers.
Hey.
Yeah, I just think all my friends in my family deserve all the flowers that I can give. So shout out you.
Love how seriously you took that question.
Yeah.
I mean, not that other people don't take it seriously, but you're like, okay, this is my time.
Oh yeah. No, they. I mean, oh man, I cannot stress enough that I would not be even close to the person I am today. The confidence I have, the way I act, the amount of passion I have for my music. I wouldn't be any of that without the people that have helped me realize what I am and who I am and where it was. I've had a lot of hard moments over the last few years, and there is a very real world where I didn't do music at all if I didn't have my best friends. So yeah, shout out them.
Yeah.
Go listen to their music as well. Your friend Ryan, Jade Hamill, Ray Prophet, Malkeem,
Arze, Josiah,
Arzi, Josiah, Dante.
Is it? Oh, it's
Asani.
Arze.
Asani.
Yeah, he changed.
Yeah,
that.
Asani.
The
All of them.
Oh yeah.
All these guys. I know.
I
I call
always
them
struggle
Dante.
with
I
that.
know.
It's like,
I know. Everybody around me makes great. Jay Henry.
don't listen to.
Listen to Jay Henry's music.
No, it's fine. You already don't.
Listen to the last album,
You already
start to
don't.
finish.
The last album or the up and coming one?
Sorry, I've already listened to it. For the up and coming one.
Up and coming one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you didn't even listen to my first album.
Listen to the last album as well.
The first album was ahead of its time for sure. I was ambitious for a first album.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
That was ambitious for a first album.
Yeah.
You didn't even listen to it.
Yeah, I did.
Did you? No. See? Fuck this guy. This guy.
It's really not. It's no listen to it. Oh,